He was actually the very last of these pre-Diluvian kings of one of these original 5 cities of Sumer.
Ancient Sumeria in southern Mesopotamia is often cited as the most ancient civilization, even the first civilization.
Are we looking at the traces of a forgotten episode in human history? I think so. I think that's what's going on here.
Would it be fair to say that there's an element of a rediscovery of a
Yes.
lost technology from the past?
I think it would be fair to say that, yes.
Recently, an unprecedented discovery has stunned the fields of archaeology and history. Scientists have opened the long-closed tomb of Gilgamesh. This historic moment reveals a treasure trove of secrets and insights that had been hidden for thousands of years. Join us on a journey through the tomb's ancient chambers where mysteries and perhaps even treasures await discovery. Gilgamesh, the legendary figure of Mesopotamian mythology, has fascinated scholars and storytellers for centuries. His epic asterisk, the Epic of Gilgamesh asterisk, is a timeless tale that blurs the lines between the divine and the mortal. Uncovering the tomb of this ancient king opens a new chapter in humanity's quest for knowledge as scientists seek to understand the mysteries within it. Historians widely believe that Gilgamesh ruled the Sumerian city-state of Uruk during the early dynastic period, possibly in the 18th century between 2900 and 2350 BC. Although exact dates for his life are difficult to determine, most date his reign to between 2800 and 2500 BC. An inscription found in the ancient texts of Ur refers to Gilgamesh, calling him the man chosen by UTU. Another notable inscription from the reign of the Ishtar era, approximately 1953 to 1920 BC, credits Gilgamesh with the construction of the walls of Uruk. He is also included on the Sumerian king list and is associated with Enmebaragesi, king of Kish. In the subsequent early dynastic period, Gilgamesh was worshipped as a god, with his worship peaking during the 3rd dynasty of Ur, approximately 2112 to 2004 BC. During this time, the kings of Ur honored Gilgamesh as their divine brother and friend. King Shulgi of Ur even claimed to be Gilgamesh's brother. Over time, the stories about Gilgamesh evolved to possibly include accounts of other historical figures, such as Gudea, ruler of Lagash from 2144 to 2124 BCE. Send feedback. Clay tablets featuring prayers depict Gilgamesh as a judge of the dead in the underworld, and 5 ancient Sumerian poems preserve his legendary feats. The oldest known story of Gilgamesh appears in the Sumerian poem Asterisk Gilgamesh, Enkidu, and the Netherworld Asterisk. In this tale, a tree, possibly a willow, grows along the Euphrates River and is moved by the goddess Inanna to her garden in Uruk to create a throne when it matures. However, the tree is eventually overtaken by a snake, the Anzu bird, and Lilu, a demon of Mesopotamian lore. Troubled by this, Inanna laments, and Gilgamesh, portrayed as her brother, comes to her aid. He kills the snake, causing the Anzu bird and Lilu to flee, and his companions use the tree to craft a bed and throne for Inanna. To thank him, Inanna gifts Gilgamesh a asterisk piku asterisk and a miku, likely a drum and drumsticks. When Gilgamesh loses these items, his servant Enkidu ventures into the underworld to retrieve them, but he breaks the underworld's strict rules, leaving him trapped. The poem ends with Gilgamesh questioning Enkidu's spirit about the afterlife. Another poem, Asterisk Gilgamesh and Aga Asterisk, tells of Gilgamesh's rebellion against Aga, the ruler of Kish, while Asterisk Gilgamesh and Huwawa Asterisk describes how he, along with Enkidu and 50 warriors, defeats Huwawa, the monstrous guardian of the cedar forest appointed by the god Enlil. In Asterisk, Gilgamesh and the Bull of Heaven Asterisk, Gilgamesh and Enkidu face and defeat the Bull of Heaven, sent by the goddess Inanna to punish them. The Sumerian version differs from the later Akkadian asterisk epic of Gilgamesh asterisk. In the Sumerian account, Inanna remains distant from Gilgamesh, while in the Akkadian story, she invites him to be her consort. Additionally, Inanna's threat in the Sumerian tale is a roar that would shake the earth, whereas in the Akkadian version, she vows to raise the dead to consume the living. The poem asterisk. The death of Gilgamesh asterisk is fragmented, but depicts a grand funeral and Gilgamesh's journey into the underworld. There is a chance that it may actually describe the death of Enkidu instead. Gilgamesh became the archetypal hero of the ancient world, a bold, daring, yet tragic figure symbolizing humanity's fragile but unyielding quest for glory, fame, and immortality. By the Old Babylonian period, about 1830 to 1531 BCE, stories of Gilgamesh's heroic deeds had merged into one or more extended epics. The most complete version, asterisk the Epic of Gilgamesh asterisk, was written in Akkadian by the scribe Sin-Leki-Unini during the Middle Babylonian period, circa 1600 to 1155 BCE. This version, found on 12 clay tablets dating back to the 7th century BCE, was discovered in the Library of Ashurbanipal at Nineveh, though many parts are damaged or missing. Scholars often fill in the missing sections with passages from earlier Sumerian poems or other epic versions from the Near East. In the epic, Gilgamesh is described as 2/3 divine and 1/3 human. Initially, he is an oppressive ruler, and the gods respond by creating Enkidu, a wild man, to humble him. Enkidu is tamed by the priestess Shamhat and goes to Uruk to confront Gilgamesh. Although Gilgamesh wins their wrestling match, he is deeply impressed by Enkidu's strength, leading to a profound friendship between them. In Tablets 3 and IV, Gilgamesh and Enkidu journey to the cedar forest, guarded by the monster Humbaba. With help from the god Shamash, who blinds Humbaba with 8 winds, they overcome the creature. Humbaba begs for mercy, but they ultimately kill him. In Tablet 6, Gilgamesh returns to Uruk, where the goddess Ishtar proposes to him. He rejects her harshly, recalling how she treated her past lovers. Furious, Ishtar persuades her father Anu to send the bull of heaven to punish him. Gilgamesh and Enkidu defeat the bull, offering its heart to Shamash. When Ishtar curses Gilgamesh from Uruk's walls, Enkidu tears off the bull's thigh and throws it at her, expressing his anger. Ishtar gathers women to mourn the bull, while Gilgamesh celebrates their victory. Tablet 7 begins with Enkidu describing a dream where Anu, Enlil, and Shamash decide that either he or Gilgamesh must die as retribution for killing the bull of heaven. They choose Enkidu, who then falls gravely ill, experiencing visions of the underworld before passing away. In Tablet White, Gilgamesh is consumed by grief over the loss of his friend and arranges a detailed funeral for Enkidu. Tablets 9th to 11th follow Gilgamesh's journey, motivated by sorrow and a growing fear of his own mortality. He embarks on a difficult quest, facing many challenges to reach Utnapishtim, the sole survivor of the Great Flood who was granted immortality by the gods. The asterisk epic of Gilgamesh asterisk shares striking parallels with the Hebrew Bible, sparking scholarly interest for years. Themes, characters, and events in the epic resonate with stories from the Bible, including the Garden of Eden, passages from asterisk Ecclesiastes asterisk, and the Genesis flood story. For example, the stories of Enkidu and Shamhat bear similarities to Adam and Eve. In both, a man is created by a god from the earth, lives among animals, and is tempted by a woman. He accepts food from her, covers his nakedness, and is expelled from his original environment. Both stories include a serpent that later steals a plant of immortality from Gilgamesh, echoing the theme of lost immortality. A key difference, however, is Enkidu's response after leaving his natural state. While he initially regrets his choice, he eventually blesses the woman who tempted him. This contrasts with Adam's narrative, where the fall signifies a loss of innocence and results in punishment for disobedience. Andrew George, a British Assyriologist, argues that the Genesis flood narrative aligns so closely with the flood in Gilgamesh that it almost certainly drew from a Mesopotamian source. Both flood accounts follow a near-identical sequence, suggesting a shared origin. Robert Wexler, a rabbinic scholar, suggested that Genesis and Gilgamesh were likely inspired by the same ancient flood tradition, each adapting it differently. The flood heroes in ancient Near Eastern texts include Ziusudra in the Sumerian tradition, Utnapishtim in the Akkadian, and Noah in the Bible. Matthias Henze, a scholar of the Hebrew Bible, proposes that the asterisk book of Daniel draws from the epic of Gilgamesh in its portrayal of Nebuchadnezzar's madness, possibly using elements of Enkidu's character to create a satirical depiction of the Babylonian king. Many characters in the epic of Gilgamesh have mythological parallels with figures in the Bible, one of the most notable being Ninti, the Sumerian goddess associated with life. Ninti, who was created from Enki's rib to heal him after he ate forbidden flowers, is often considered an early parallel to the Genesis story of Eve being created from Adam's rib. In Echoes of Gilgamesh in the Jacob story Estejay, Hamori points out similarities between the myth of Jacob and Esau and the wrestling match between Gilgamesh and Enkidu. Gilgamesh also appears in a version of the Book of Giants which is linked to the Book of Enoch the Qumran version of The Book of Giants mentions Gilgamesh and the monster Humbaba alongside the Watchers and Giants. Has the epic of Gilgamesh influenced literature, both ancient and modern? Scholars have long discussed how the epic of Gilgamesh has impacted the works of Homer, as explored by Martin Litchfield West in The East Face of Helicon, West Asiatic Elements in Greek Poetry and Myth TZVI Abush from Brandeis University highlights how the epic's combination of heroic tragedy, similar to the Iliad and the adventurous journey, similar to the Odyssey makes it both an exciting tale and a reflection on universal human concerns. West also suggests that the Greeks may have encountered memories of Gilgamesh through a lost poem about Heracles. The epic of Gilgamesh has inspired numerous literary, artistic, and musical works, with its popularity growing among modern audiences after World War I and gaining wider cultural impact after World War II. What connection might Nimrod have with Gilgamesh? Some speculate that the biblical figure Nimrod could have inspired aspects of the Babylonian hero Gilgamesh. If the Bible's timeline is accurate, Nimrod may have lived before Gilgamesh and might have influenced his character. The epic of Gilgamesh and Genesis share striking similarities, though Genesis is less explicit in detail. Considering the oral nature of Genesis stories, it's possible they predate the epic of Gilgamesh Discovering early texts of Genesis would offer valuable confirmation of these stories' ancient origins, underscoring the continuity of biblical tradition. When considering Nimrod and Gilgamesh, we see similarities between the two figures. Nimrod is portrayed as a skilled hunter and the founder of a powerful city-state that later became an empire. If Gilgamesh was based on a real historical figure who was later deified, one might wonder if Nimrod too existed and underwent a similar process of elevation by his descendants. Like Nimrod, Gilgamesh is depicted as a great hunter and the founder of a kingdom. Other similarities include Enkidu, a wild man created from the earth like Adam, and both Gilgamesh and Nimrod being associated with flood stories, where a man is tasked with building a boat to save life from a catastrophic flood. Biblical scholars typically interpret the mention of Nimrod in Genesis not as referring to a single individual, but as a reference to an ancient group of people in Mesopotamia. The phrase, mighty hunter before the Lord, likely originates from an ancient Babylonian story rather than being a literal description of a person. However, despite these references, no other historical or archaeological records have been found to match the name Nimrod. Interestingly, the character of Nimrod shares significant similarities with the Mesopotamian epic hero Gilgamesh. If it turns out that the Genesis stories predate the epic of Gilgamesh there is a possibility that the Gilgamesh story was adapted from earlier biblical accounts for Sumerian and Akkadian audiences. As for the location of Gilgamesh's tomb, it remains a mystery with various theories and speculations about where it might be. Despite much historical research, no definitive evidence has been found to pinpoint its exact location, though some theories combine historical facts with the legendary aspects of this mythological king. ***1 Uruk, modern Iraq. Uruk, the ancient city famously linked to Gilgamesh, is a leading contender for his burial site. Archaeological digs in the area have uncovered fascinating structures and artifacts that offer insights into ancient Mesopotamian life. However, none of these findings have been conclusively tied to Gilgamesh himself. ***2 Jashan Kiran, southern Iraq. In 2003, Iraqi archaeologist Fuad Safar led an excavation near the ancient city of Nippur, now Nafar, bringing attention to Jashan Kiran as a possible burial site for Gilgamesh. The area's rich historical landscape and structures have sparked interest among researchers, with hopes that further exploration might uncover the king's final resting place. 3. Modern Iraq. Another key ancient Mesopotamian city, is another potential location for Gilgamesh's tomb. Tel al-Mukayyar, believed to be ancient is known for its royal cemetery, which includes numerous burials reflecting Mesopotamian grandeur. Some speculate that Gilgamesh's tomb could be hidden among these royal graves, though identifying his exact burial remains a complex mystery. 4. Dezful, Iran. Dezful in Iran has also emerged as a possible site, with some drawing connections between the legends of Gilgamesh and the ancient Elamite civilization. The region's historical ties to the Gilgamesh narrative have led some explorers and historians to suggest that his tomb could be hidden within Dezful, though certainty remains elusive. 5. Harran, Turkey. Turkish archaeologist Muz Ilik proposed that Gilgamesh's tomb might be located in Harran, Turkey. This site, rich in historical and cultural connections between Mesopotamia and the region, adds another layer of intrigue to the search. It suggests that Gilgamesh's influence might have extended beyond Mesopotamia, reaching neighboring lands. 6. The Caucasus Mountains. A more speculative theory places Gilgamesh's tomb in the Caucasus Mountains. This idea, inspired by the mythological elements in the epic of Gilgamesh proposes that the king's final resting place could be nestled among these majestic peaks. While lacking substantial archaeological evidence, the theory continues to capture the imagination due to its poetic appeal as a fitting end to Gilgamesh's legendary journey. Each of these theories highlights the ongoing fascination with Gilgamesh's legacy, merging historical speculation with mythology in the search for the tomb of this ancient hero. The vivid descriptions and poetic depictions of distant lands make the Caucasus Mountains seem like a plausible setting for the hero's final resting place. It's not far-fetched to think that the choice of the Caucasus could be connected to the epic's exploration of Gilgamesh's quest for immortality, which aligns with the imagery of reaching the ends of the earth. However, it's essential to approach these theories with caution, as they mix historical research, archaeological evidence, and elements from the epic of Gilgamesh *. Ongoing excavations and scientific advancements may one day reveal the true location of Gilgamesh's tomb. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more fascinating content like this, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.